don't even know how to start this video, Charlie. It be some certain that is going on in this country right now. It is insane what is going on, seriously. So some few days ago, we woke up to the news of some soldier having been killed in cold blood in Ashaiman. Something all of us thought was wrong and shouldn't have happened, and we prayed and hoped that the culprits of these actions will be caught. Fast forward, a lot of information started going around, for supposedly being the reason for what happened to him. Some say it be theft, some say Ashaiman, that be them away, the boys there, they are not really that correct or whatever. A lot of speculation, I found one in the Facebook comment section that I found personally interesting. I don't know if this is legit or not, but apparently the reason for what happened to the soldier is because he was chasing somebody's girlfriend. I don't know how true this is, but one comment on Facebook from one Fidelity Chief Bogobri says the guy went to visit his girlfriend, who is also double dating, and the soldier has been coming over to spend nights with her in her room. And some people around gave the information to the other guy, who ambushed the soldier at dawn and stabbed him from behind on his neck to death, leaving him with his laptop and phones in his bag lying down in a pool of blood. Note badly, this is not a Kwashi Boys matter, but a matter of love gone wrong. Get it right, and soldiers have been there since yesterday morning. Indeed, it can be a Kwashi Boys situation because the laptop and the whole thing was there. If they were trying to rob the person, why is the sense in killing him and then leaving the things, the properties there? Unless when what happened, when whatever happened, somebody was coming and they left it there, which makes no sense. Kwashi Boys, the whole point of them doing what they do is to take their properties from you. So even if somebody is coming grab, either they will also harm that person or something. So clearly this wasn't a Kwashi Boy situation, which makes me more inclined to sort of believe this information from this person. But anyway, that doesn't even matter. Whatever the reason was, Charlie, to me, money sounded sane. To me, like, excuse me, if you can't jump home for killing somebody, except in the case of like self-defense, when you literally have to either kill the person or you be killed. But like I said, it doesn't even matter whatever the reason was. A murder is a murder, and whoever the culprit is should be brought to book. But instead of bringing the culprit to book, instead of doing an investigation, instead of finding the perpetrators of this crime, our military service decided to show, bravado. That I'm sorry to say, about the nonsense way they do. They want to show, say, like, tell me a member who doesn't know, say, a member. Everybody knows in this country that you don't mess with the military. So this way you go there to do. No. What does it prove except you harming innocent people? What they are doing, it doesn't really show anything. Like I said, everybody in this country knows, say, you don't mess with the military. Like, you can't even wear camo shorts or shirt and go town in peace without some soldier man harassing you. So we know not to mess with the military in this country. Why do you think the person who did what he did it late at night? But bad people are bad people. They are gonna do what they wanna do. Into this one way, they've gone there and are victimizing innocent people in the name of teaching them a lesson. They hear. But somehow, for some reason, I'm not shocked again, because this is what Ghana military do. This unnecessary show of strength, it doesn't show anything. The best thing was to do proper investigations, find the culprits of this crime. People talk. If what this person in the Facebook comment section was saying, if it's anything to go by, like, Charlie, find some undercover people. Nipa kasa. Eventually, if you people there at Shamaya, you will hear one or two things. We will help you through your investigation. Nipa kasa. You will eventually find the culprits, unless they run away from Ashaiman to never return. Even that cry, you go find somebody who knows something related to the issue as time goes on. If you sift through all the non-fact in Kofoba, you go find some lead, some source that can actually bring you to the truth of the matter. It was only a matter of time. But then again, I'm not surprised, because really, has any serious crime, as far as murder is concerned, has there ever been a crime in this country that has actually been solved? We say you who say nipa we no kway we kuku nipa, like what happened to JB down kwa. That thing has been dragging on for so long, with the guy who they claim did the deed in prison, or he can't say like, Charlie, we don't even know how that issue ended up. That's the situation in this country. We don't have proper forensic teams. So even when things like this happen, where it is not a gun. Nipa na engineer baby no two, a stab wound, or this kind of wound. So eventually, some of his DNA will like rub off on the person he killed one way or the other. So if we had proper forensic teams in this country, some of these things will be easy to do. If you had undercover people go to Ashaiman or go yo-yo places and all of those places, eventually it will be better. Like I said, nipa kasa. Eventually they're gonna hear something that's gonna help them that will help them, with the investigations. But unfortunately, Marco to playing they play to show something. What they pay me self is the grown people, the educated people, so-called educated people, defending this nonsense in this year 2023, 21st century. Educated people defending nonsense, say, Ashaiman people, they do themselves, they are untouchable and blah blah blah. Who cares, really? Who cares what reputation they have? Somebody killed somebody, or somebody's killed somebody. You went there and brutalized innocent people. You want to tell me this old lady in this video, Charlie, share video, old man, old woman, a woman screaming. You want to tell me, say, this woman was the one who went out there in the dead of the night and stabbed this soldier, a young man, healthy young man. This old woman, they are brutalizing. You want to tell me, say, Mami, on the queers nana. Say, they've done themselves that nothing can touch them, so they should show them a lesson. They should show them a lesson by beating Obi Mani, Obi Papa, people old enough to be their parents. And these soldiers are brutalizing, and you have educated, so-called educated people on the internet defending this absolute rubbish. So you line up innocent people on the street and you do this to them. Like, what is the sense in this? Like, what is even this? And the most shocking part of this whole nonsense is that I haven't heard anything from any leader in this country. Like, I mean, maybe after this video his Twitter feed will be different, but the president Akufo-Addo, something where he can come online and make a tweet, a Facebook post, something that can bring calm. This has been going on for hours. They will probably still be there tonight and be terrorizing people, and he hasn't said a single thing on social media about it. But as you will be mindful, and 1 hour they will come make a long post on Facebook or on Twitter, be sending condolences and whatnot, like what happened to Achu in Turkey, with no facts or information. Came there, say he's been found alive and blah blah blah. The SU will be mindful, sebi and fire one day. They go rush with zero facts and come make some tweet be, but something happening right in our backyard where they can say something, some calmness be about there. We no go hear from him. We won't hear anything from him, and people's mothers are being brutalized. Charlie, I'm watching the scenes of this thing, and it remind me of what is it called? When elections is coming, they come and show us some movies when we're growing up, some war movies in other countries to sort of comport ourselves. Sometimes in April, we tell Rwanda, those movies, those African war movies where they show us when we were growing up. It's like I'm watching some of them, except this is no movie, this is reality. And the craziest part is that we are not even in a war time. This is not a war zone. This is innocent people being brutalized for the crime of possibly a single person, and the entire community of Ashaiman is paying for it. Why? Because we need to teach them a lesson. What is this really going to achieve? More precise, there's zero sense in anything that happens in this country as far as our security services are concerned, from security guard to military. Like, what is the purpose of the CID and the forensic teams in this country? Even if their work are not like up to par or up there or international standard or whatever, I'm sure, like, again, if they made somebody go undercover, something would have eventually been uncovered. And now the person so to a toy, when you watch the videos, you see old women, old men, people's parents, innocent kids being laid in the mud and being brutalized for something again that possibly one person or two, at most three, be dead, and innocent people are paying for it. And you people want to sit on social media and defend this because Ashaiman people have a certain reputation about them. Inti yamfa nyom ye you kwine and ka ofie inti yamfa nyom. And some people want to try to draw some parallel, some comparison between what is going on and what happened in Danger Boise, and it's fucking ridiculous because you cannot even compare them, except for the fact that what happened in Danger Boise, and what happened in Ashaiman, they are both military officers. Aside from the fact and the way they were killed, you cannot compare anything in this situation to that. This is not some mistaken identity of a thief would be like what happened in Danger Boise, where the guy was lynched and turned out to be Major Mahama, which was wrong. But in that situation, the morons who did what they did were stupid enough said, I'm the camera see one so it a home video, and they ended up being identified. I'm sure say 1, 2, 3 or more innocent people be ended up as collateral damage, even if they weren't part of it, and they also got punished for it. But luckily they videoed themselves, and the appropriate people, most of them were picked up and punished. You punish the people who committed the crime. You cannot compare what is happening in Ashaiman to the Danger Boise. The people who did the deed in the Danger Boise got punished. This one in Ashaiman, Nippon Wayan went to a video, went to a picture, went to a, and the entire community, again, people's mothers and fathers, they don't want to teach him, and you come at him, and Kofon young boys, they are just lined up for being young men. You could be coming from work late in the morning, you ended your shift through the night, you could be going to work early in the morning. You can be anyone, like if they didn't give a fuck to do this to old people, some people's mothers and fathers are. Imagine being a young guy. Imagine say why a rasta and pokrampo there or an hour booty crampo there was like they always do in this country. If you have dreadlocks or bushy beard or something, I'm sure if I was in Ashaiman and strolling there early morning, I'll probably have ended up becoming a victim of this situation. And these are innocent people. So stop comparing what is happening to Danger Boise. Like it is not the same thing. Both things are fucked up, but at least Major Mahama got some justice. The people who did what they did to him, they were brought to book and punished. Ashaiman, Obi man, Obi papa, Obi nuya, innocent people are being brutalized, and you sit there and you support this nonsense because I knew crew. Imagine say Obi aba be bibi sa wo mantamu na wa to be bi ginu hu ye de wafra. How would you feel now to one most son kwasem we say they should do this to Ashaiman people because they gangalia. You sit there and you defend this, and the people who somehow for some reason find this funny to make memes about Jimmy, Twitter influencers and all those stupid boys. I'm not even gonna talk about them. But Charlie, if you think what is going on is right, you need to really have some like mental evaluation or something. And again, the leaders of this country, I don't know again if after this video be I could for the Bible can be ama go for a boatomiyam or something. But the fact that I haven't seen any person high up there but Umiana Akufo to be or like they always rush to do to come and say something to us. I won't be surprised. It's unfortunate, but I won't be surprised if by the end of this, now some innocent person has been killed because of what they are doing. People have been injured. People have been brutalized. Like the for the year Major Mahama. What is the difference? The soldiers for the people of the Introboss the year Major Mahama. What really is the difference? They brutalized an innocent person because they thought the person was a thief. You are brutalizing an entire community because of a crime. The person or persons who did it probably absconded immediately or so that person could probably not be in Ashaiman right now, or probably is in Ashaiman but isn't suffering any of the consequences of what happened. from somebody who lives in Ashaiman, a friend on Facebook. Apparently, in the dead of the night, almost they say be like going around all bob, and in the morning they woke up to see what had happened. And some people wanna say, I even seen comments from people say, well, they didn't help, they should have gone out and checked, blah blah blah. So they are trying to say nobody heard him screaming or what. Masa, shut up, shut up. You people come online to flex and baby. You wanna tell me say, well, what that would say, oh, it was 9 o'clock, it wasn't that late. 9 o'clock is late. You must say that genuinely, yes, a dema in a place with reputation like Ashaiman. Yes, a dema, but this will be no more bobo. What piece of yes. No, you move my NBS idea. You wanna pretend say a one ka ube pia kwa mema sembi, but most of you are pussies who would have done nothing about it, even if you knew what exactly was happening. For all we know, the people who heard the knocking and the fracas probably thought say obi na ekun ofie and now confubing and nama or yes again it's Ashaiman. So can you really fault those people for not coming out to see what was going on, to offer assistance to the person? Can you really blame them? Are people really serious? Well, we can protocol military and whatnot, and then I'll go for winning but you see, this is exactly why military rule is out of the question for this country. Like, our democracy is trash, baller, the kind of democracy we've got going on for us is absolute trash. But I would take this democracy any other day over military rule, because you won't break anything better, because we have military rule in this country, and some people's mothers and others, judges, etc., ended up getting brutalized. So that's why a military coup or whatever isn't even like part of the question for this country, because a situation like this is what we are going to end up in. The issue was Ashaiman, and that's what this entire country will be engulfed in. A military rule for this country will be the same as a democratic rule for this country, both useless. Except it will come with AK-47s and a curfew and brutalization. Yeah, that democracy we are practicing, any military rule, but at least with this one, we are free to go about our business. Because how do you sit there and justify what is going on, or think this is right? How? But actually, this is why I step off, make I go do other things, because if I decide to talk about this, I can talk about it for the entire day. They make sense. They make sense what is happening, and I truly hope some of these military people who are doing this are brought to book, fired, incarcerated, or something. Because, like, who even gave the order? I read somewhere say apparently it's an order from above. From who? Who thought say a police was brutalized in Tian soldiers from Kugu Ashaiman? Now like who? Who from above gave this order? What happened was fucked up. I haven't seen any single person on social media before this brutalization of people in Ashaiman started. You who's a soldier, your mind it's fucked up, and we all were hoping and praying that whoever did it, or whoever persons did it, are brought to book. Now, dear Chinya, my sausages are quite go. Charlie, if you make you give me a like or whatever, subscribe if you want to see more from me. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this situation, because it's insane.